could take him out possibly in a go. He's not a half-orc.
Wouldn't you have something better that's like single target though?
Unless he's totem.
Well, the main concern is trying not to kill him.
I only have the 2
And
level
if I
3
use
spells.
the spell with fire, it probably will. I guess that's something to clarify out of game right now, mechanically, lessons. If, what restrictions do you have on choosing whether or not to kill someone?
The rule as written in the book is that you can essentially the last strike that you hit the target, usually in melee or range, you decide that that's a non-lethal hit.
Melee, not ranged.
Melee, yeah.
Yeah.
And to the previous question about single target stuff, the vast majority of my spells are defensive. We had the giant argument between me and Griff before about why I don't cast many spells. Literally every spell in my arsenal is either utility, comprehend languages, identify, all that stuff, or save my ass. So I don't have a lot in the way of, hey, let me kill that guy.
Fireball, apparently.
Well, yeah, I only just got this less level, right? This is where I'm really going to start to open up with, like, fly and all this shit.
Right, this is the point where you get to be really cool regardless of whatever choice you make.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, though, a lot of it's going to go into animate dead. Let's be fair here.
Mm-hmm.
We know what I'm about.
Yeah, you're just going to try to live while your animations do your work.
Yep. But I guess we're going to go with 3 shield spells, not unless you want to comprehend languages this guy to death.
Wait, if I do that, I could speak with the elves and then team up. No.
I mean, to be fair, I could give you 2 shields and a Find Familiar, and that Find Familiar, technically not a fighter, it could aid you in combat. Help action, help action.
You want to put that down for later because this ring actually opens up the ability for every single one of us to have a familiar.
Oh god.
If you find familiar, you can get an owl.
That's what I use.
Flyby.
That's literally what I do.
What we've used before.
The
It's
best
great.
familiar in the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep a hamster in my pocket.
Can you ritual cast from the
Hamster.
ring?
No.
Okay, so you have to use it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyway,
Oh gosh, that is so goofy. Let's talk about breaking it later.
I mean, that's what I've thrown out there. Otherwise, shield spells all the way, but I do have to find familiar on the table. If you want it.
Right. If I was thinking ahead of time, I probably would have done it, but too late now.
I'm
3
still
shield
here.
spells.
I mean, we're still here. I haven't done anything yet.
Well, I mean, by tomorrow, and I want to have this thing full up.
Have we seen what the inside of the arena looks like?
Nope.
Okay. Only because I may actually be able to cheese the hell out of this beast fight.
Well,
If there is some form of ledge.
wait.
Q, I definitely want you in round 2.
Is the arena open top?
Yes, but you can't go above 40 feet.
Yeah.
In the arena, you can't go above 40 feet. On the other hand, Owl, fly up to 300 feet and tell me what the inside of the arena looks like. I got a bird's eye view of the city. A literal bird's eye view of the city.
Okay.
So, with
And
that,
you do that right now.
do I learn if there is any sort of ledge space on the outer walls or pillars that is below the 40 feet?
No, the walls roll all the way to 40 feet, and that's where the stands begin.
Okay.
And you notice that there's, like in the Roman Colosseum, there's shades to protect, for the sun, right? And you also notice that there's every 20, 30, or 40 feet, there's like alcoves at top of the for guards or for some other people, right? They can stand there. So they have like a little wall for them to be able to peer out.
And that's above where the 40 feet is?
Yeah. And literally, you can't go above the wall.
That's not why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be any ledges that Hugh could be set on?
No, it's
from the back of Webford.
Okay. It's a sheer wall.
Are you thinking like that? You thinking like that well from the Batman movie? Where Bane escapes from the pit.
Not quite. Okay, cool.
I mean, you
I
could
just
go across the wall, but if you go above the outside of the wall, essentially,
Yep. No, that's fine.
you're disqualified, and it would disqualify your team as well.
Totally fine. Totally fine. Clarification, because I think with this with depending on ruling, I may be able to cheese this fight and make it really not that entertaining for people.
I mean, you can ride Webford, right? And Webford can ride the wall. So literally, you're already out of range. Just hit the 40-meter mark. Most
Yeah.
people can't touch you unless they're
100%.
bows and arrows, I guess. Or wizards.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify that.
So we went with 3 shield spells then. Kicks. Is that what we're doing? Or did you go 2 shield
Right.
spells and a find familiar?
I'm gonna go with 3 shield spells.
Yeah, because I want to point out again, mirror image. Not as good as you may think.
Opinion difference. That's all.
Well, I mean, it can take maybe the 3 hits, but there's also the chance that it won't take those 3 hits and you'll die with
Mhm.
with 3 mirror images of yourself around you. Or not die. I mean, there's a
This guy's
chance.
gonna have a minimum of 2 attacks and probably advantage against me, period, because of reckless attack, if he's a barbarian straight up. So it's gonna be scary, and we'll see if Kix lives the first round.
Okay.
No, Misty Step wouldn't help you with it.
Nah, not if it's just like completely flat arena or
Oh,
something.
right. You guys asked about Scorching Ray? Scorching Ray, maybe? I mean, my problem is you guys don't want to risk killing this guy. Then you don't want offensive spells.
Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because I have like a weapon that can kill people with lightning. So
Oh, it's 2nd level. On a normal day, I might ask for Scorching Ray in the future.
Even if it's a different type of damage, you can still call non-lethal
Yeah.
on melee attacks.
Because I think
Yeah.
it's still part of your melee attack damage.
Right.
Yeah,
I understand
the
that.
fact that you're holding
lightning
back.
is completely incongruous. It makes no sense that
Well,
lightning is not lethal.
Yeah, would it be the melee
Well-
part of the attack would be the
No,
non-lethal,
it's
but
the
you
act-
couldn't...
because you make an attack, you make a non-lethal melee attack.
Right,
So
right,
yeah,
but there's
you just
lightning
hold back to
following
not
back.
make a killing blow. That may be the case, but it's still a melee attack.
Yeah.
The
That's-
lightning just in addition
As
to
written,
damage.
is just
That's weird.
that's the way it works. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Me and, sorry, just one little... Me and Griff play the game Ironclaw all the time. Robert knows. Lessons knows, he ran it too.
Yep.
Way back when, I think 8 years ago, we were running with a guy who was always calling non-lethal attacks, because you could try that in the game, but his attacks were so effective, even his non-lethal attacks, which cause weak damage, were overkilling people.
oh, yeah, I've done that before in Pathfinder.
Yeah, it's great. Because weak damage means you soak it twice, it means double the chance of taking no damage. Dude was overkilling people, which causes everyone around you to be afraid. It's like, Jesus.
I think for the most part, we don't have to be worried about killing people unless we're dealing nasty damage. Because unless you're that hit brings them to their health but negative, they're not insta dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, as long as it's not negative their max health, you're fine.
Yeah, barbarians have shitloads
Assuming
of
they
hit
run
points.
by character rules.
The conversation's going on. I'm going to go pray. To Cord for guidance, strength for the battle ahead, and to see if there's like any sort of understanding or knowledge or wisdom he may bestow upon me for what's about to come.
Roll percentage die.
Ooh, that's kinky.
You get that as a straight up power later.
I think you
Yeah.
keep calling what your gods may give you kinky, they're gonna stop giving you shit.
Yeah.
Or they'll give you more.
Not Cord.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't think
it's
it's
that
Cord's
type of-
bag.
Yeah.
I guess that would
yeah.
be 76%.
Yep. No, just so you do your prayers and you receive your abilities, but nothing out of the ordinary for the experience happens for you. You feel calm. You feel, you feel as you always do, inspired to great deeds. come the morn, but that's about it. You have
Roger
be
that.
assured that you're assured that Gord is with you. So we move forward. The guards, they separate you by groups. Guards go with you. There's a significant amount of guards here. Like there are about 4 or 5 guards per group, plus the ones that are bodyguarding Racking, right? There's also city guards, but the city guards don't interfere with the inside of the arena. You go down. There's a separate door for you, and you go down a ramp, and you're taken to essentially different barracks. The barracks are well appointed. You're told that there is a kind of sauna bath for you to use between fights. There is, when I say barracks, really everybody, it's one room, one common room, but everybody has their own beds, not like double beds, something like that. Everybody has comfortable beds. And there's chairs and stuff like that. If you brought any books and stuff like that, you're allowed to have them. But you're told that there will be guards guarding your room because you cannot go anywhere in the barracks without permission. The guards are polite, but firm. And they ask you not to roam around, particularly at night, because other groups have to be allowed to rest, etc., and not come a lot of ruckus and whatnot, right? During the day, there's actually even practice rooms. It's like there's mannequins and stuff like that. So when people are, one team goes to fight, everybody waits, and you can hear the roar of the crowd distantly on the top of 30 or 40 feet above you. In fact, when you're going down, you see kind of like in the space, you see this machinery underneath like almost 2 floors worth of machinery, right? Like pulleys, and there's people working. So not mechanical, as automated, but like you have people like working pulleys and stuff like that. And you even hear like the roar of animals behind hissing and whatnot. So between you and the arena, there's all this machinery. Apparently, there's also like holding pens for animals and the beast. You see glimpses of it. Most of you don't. If Zigzag would hear, you probably understand some of the machinery, just by looking at it. But most of you don't know what really you're looking at. There's a lot of counterweights and people pulling things, and you hear noise. And as you go down, you're given one of the rooms. The rooms are spacious, right? Each one of you gets a bed. There's chairs. There's also, you're told that your food will be brought to you, and you can either eat it in a room or you can eat it in a common room, right? But again, anywhere you go outside of your room, you'll be escorted. They ask you again politely not to leave your rooms unless you're told to, and please follow the instructions of your guards at all moments. I mean, there are dozens of guards here. Maybe you'll get 2 each, but you get the sensation that if you cause any ruckus, a significant amount of guards will show up.
I actually asked the guards, is there a temple for prayers, or is that just done in the room?
We can prepare. We can give you prayer mats, sir, for your and candles and the like, if you need. I would ask you that if you are any particular proclamations that are particularly loud or reverberate, please do them to the Tata. I do not wish any disrespect, sir, on your beliefs, but I also like to remind you that everybody needs to rest between bouts.
Understandable. Thank you, sir.
And if you need any meaning of healers or attending to you, etc., there's also like I said, sauna room. There's a place where you can get massages between fights, right? Stuff like that. Like it's this, you're pampered, but one thing is made clear to you: you're under guard at all times. Very regimented down here.
Well, a little concerning, but I guess they want to make sure that if the mega barbarian in the other room starts to fight, they can stop it.
So the fight starts. You hear, again, you're very much underground guard. You're gonna watch the games, or
Back to the library.
you're back in the library. Okay. Before your fight starts, you get your visit you do get someone who can visit you, and that person is your promoter. That's Ella.
Wonderful.
And he says, "Ah, yes, you are finally here. Well, I can provide you with limited services, such as any messages that you wish to take to the outside. I can carry them with them. They will be searched. I will be searched by the guards, but I'm sure there's nothing serious that you have to talk about. You want to keep any personal correspondence? No, I won't open them for sure. And there's the first round of betting. Would you gentlemen wish to bet?"
Just looking into my own pockets and going, do I even have the money?
How much can we bet?
He
Well,
says
the
there's
first-
three. There's 3 tiers of bets. Maximus at first. He said the first round is pretty cheap. It's just introductory round, so it's 5, 10, and 30. This isn't gold pieces. He's putting the odds right now. Somebody roll a 1d4 plus 1.
We could do it
Chicks
if you
is
want.
fighting.
Hey.
5. Yeah, there's the bets right now are 5-1 against you because you're completely unknowns, right?
I'm a complete unknown going immediately up against the champ.
Yeah. So the tiers are 5 gold, 10 gold, and 30 gold.
Oh, Hugh gives them 30.
Okay. Oh,
It's 5-1.
Yeah.
Hugh thinks we're gonna win every fight, so he's totally yeah.
I literally have no money to give, so I'm good.
I obviously need to bet 30 on myself.
okay.
Braith, do you mention that you have no money to give?
Yeah, I think he says yes.
Because if you do, he'll be like, I got enough silver to cover it or gold to cover it if you want to.
If you wish to make that on my behalf, I will not stop you, Master Hugh.
Perfect. Here you go. He gives you over 300 silver pieces.
Um,
Okay.
very well, I will bet this on us.
All right, then. He
I
calls
guess
one
we're
of
all
the
just going
one of the
30 on
assist-
us.
Yeah, so 4 bets of 30 each, 5-1.
it.
So yeah. Everybody would get 150 minus the 17%.
Yep.
If Hicks wins.
If I win. So I'm definitely going to win. Because
Like I said, that most of the money is made on the side bets at these early on. And he's gonna earn quite a bit of money, because you're all betting and he's taking his cut. So
Each would get 124 gold and 5 silver
Nice.
if you win.
So eventually, he takes notations. He actually, puts a signature in his book and has a signet ring. It's like, well, this is your copy. Make sure that these are your bets, and I guarantee that I will repay you as soon as possible. It will have to be tomorrow at the same time. I'd only allow once a visit per day to arrange this, and any correspondence and messages you want to send out. And you can see that he's flanked by guards, which are the local guards. It's like these gentlemen want to make sure that everything is fair. And but you do that, and you actually see the door is open. I mean, you can have privacy. You can close the door if you want to, but the door's open, and there's other ladies and gentlemen that are one or more per team that are ushered out as well. Somebody take peeks in your room, etc., and they making comments, but that's it. So again, you are called kicks finally. You're given to a spiral, a separate entrance to go up into the arena, and we finally have our first fight in the arena. Let's see if it's as exciting as it seems to be.
I think, Braith, you're attempting to cast Warding Bond on Kix. Is that a legal move?
Can we pre-buff?
Yeah, you can pre-buff.
Okay.
If that's totally
Oh.
allowable, I'll take.
Oh,
Yeah,
if you can
what
pre-buff,
do I
hold
do?
on.
And mind you, it takes you several minutes to go upstairs, right? It's not
I
immediate.
Reading what
Yeah.
it said, I wasn't
So
actually.
anything
Yeah,
less
'cause
more
you-
than a minute is gonna.
The thing is
Yeah.
that do you have a pair of platinum rings worth 50 gold pieces each, Braith?
No.
Yeah, so you can't cast it yet.
No, because they're not
Oh,
consumed.
whoops.
No, he
All right,
doesn't. He doesn't have them though, so he can't cast it.
But he has a focus.
I
As
can-
my understanding, you still need the item, the material item.
If
Nope.
it's
If it's consumed.
if it's named with a gold piece, you need it.
Yeah, because I have a gilded item that I need to cast certain spells that they tell me that I need it. Yeah, the chat's also saying focus only matters for stuff without a gold
Yeah.
cost.
Right.
Okay.
There's really not much I can cast to pre-buff you. Well, there is one thing.
Give him your sword.
No, it only lasts a minute. Never mind.
Yeah, most stuff is gonna last a minute and it'll be over by the time.
Beat
I'm
him in
up
a
there.
I
minute.
can enhance ability for 2d6 temp HP. It's an
Oh.
hour.
That's actually a good one.
Actually, Braith
Perfect.
can cast it too. You might get a higher roll.
Ability. Let me look for it.
Yeah, enhance ability bears endurance. You also get advantage on Constitution checks.
Yeah, that's
But
great.
yeah, it gives you 2d6 temp
I
HP.
found it. It's that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
While they're doing that, Hugh is just giving you like a light shoulder massage, and before you go, he's going to smack you in the face.
What? What
So I got a 7.
was that for you?
Make sure you're good. You got this, kid.
It
You're right. I
bears
do have
endurance?
this too.
Yeah, bears endurance.
Be the best
Okay.
around.
So, can I would like to actually cast this. I would like to cast it above using my 3rd level spell slot.
Mhm.
Oh, never mind.
Is that
Just use
a-
the 2nd level spell slot. I would like
Yeah.
to give you Cat's Grace to give you some dex.
I think this all gives me advantage. So I'll have advantage on dex things. I could fall 20 feet. That's cool.
I think
Okay.
the dex would also actually, or would strength be more appropriate?
Well, remember that it's checks and not saves or anything.
Yeah,
It's
never
just
mind.
checks.
You already did the one that mattered.
Well, you can do it again and see if you get a higher roll to
Or,
see if he gets more temp HP.
Oh, okay. I guess I can do that.
Because he can choose to replace it. Yeah.
did high.
Yeah, you have 11 temp HP. Cool.
As you come up, I mean, I this is the best map I could get, right? That would fit. Imagine that this is full of people. There's actually tens of thousands, like over nearly 10,000 people in this arena. And
I would recommend
along,
resizing the tokens as well.
the size. It should be the right size, right? Yeah.
Well,
No, they're bigger
we're
than squares.
25% bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. It should easily snap it back into place.
There
There
you
you go. Perfect.
Oh, there you go. And there's thousands of people in the stands. Among the statues, there's you see clerics and wizards standing there. Here is a master of the games, and he starts shouting, and the voice projects, right?
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 3rd fight of the day, a 1-to-1 encounter. On this corner, and points at Edgar. We have the great champion of the North, the Barbarian from the frost lands of the Suel. We have Hager. We'll start, shouting and all that. Hager. And on this corner, we have the newcomer, a new baron under the lands of the domains of Greyhawk, the one and only dragonborn son of the wet scale, kicks the shield. Nobody's booing because nobody really knows you. Gentlemen, prepare yourselves. And Ager takes his sword out. He's a great sword, and he takes a bottle and smashes it against the sword, and it's like an oil, and the oil catches on fire, and the blade now is ablaze. He starts swinging it. So if anything you're gonna do right now that you think you have one moment to do a thing to prepare yourself, you're allowed one thing.
Well, my original plan would have been Hunter's Marker, so that's gone.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I just have my shield. I have a javelin to start with, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just preparing.
Step
Yeah.
into the shield, and everybody moves in. So take your check. You don't have to run all the way. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought they were starting us all the way out here. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
and
with that, then yeah, with sword.
so on my mark, are you ready? And we're going to start ready, and let's do initiative. Let me click on Ager. Let me initiative turn order is only 2 people, so not gonna be very complicated. Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Let me click on the
Then your manager runs into the ring with a chair.
Coming from downtown.
so he goes first.
Yup.
And he's gonna run up, swinging his sword and shouting like, "Ah!" Can he make it? Yes, he actually can make it. Actually, he actually falls short. I mean, he can, but he will be up your face, but not.
Right. There's no charge action here,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So he's like running, and basically he grabs in and takes a swing. He misses, and now you're in melee. Your turn.
All right. Well, I'm already right up against them, which is perfect. That's all that I need, because I'm going to go ahead and immediately open up with some... Actually, he's not raging yet, is he?
Oh, he started shouting.
Okay, so he's definitely is. Well, I'll go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and continue saying go ahead. Yeah. Where was it? Distracting Strike. Yep.
Okay.
So I get 2 attacks every turn now. And the first
Ooh.
one is going to be 25.
That's a hit.
All right, and we are looking at 11 going his way for the first strike.
Oh, that's fine. Run it down. Yeah. You hit, and he seems to just, you hit him, and it, he's wearing basically his armor is mostly furs and leather, and it kind of bounces, and a weaker person would sort of like buckled, like,
Mhm.
but he just bears and grins, like, he slaps in your face maniacally. Good fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go double on this. So I'm doing another one. This one now has advantage.
Didn't you rule before that you're not an ally to yourself?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, no, you're not a.
I thought we discussed this before
Well-
for some reason.
that's a good point. Well, in that case, it's still the same damage regardless of what I do, but these will now be declared menacing attack.
Yeah, but it's a 12,
It's
right? Yeah.
15. Well, oh yeah, you're right, because I don't have
Yeah.
advantage. You're right.
Yeah, you miss the second spike.
Okay.
So
I
his
then
turn.
action surge.
Ah,
And I get 2 more.
go ahead.
Ah, you thought you were free. 13 and 22.
The 22 hits.
22
You
is
could
gonna be a
add
9.
on. You could add one of your die to that 22 because a lot of the stuff says you can do it after you
Oh.
hit.
You're right. That's something we clarified last time that I forgot about. So every time I miss with one of those, it technically does because I don't get to hit and then... Okay. So yeah, I will go ahead and just roll the extra... What was it again? The D8.
Okay,
5
that's a hit.
and go ahead and have them make a wisdom saving throw. It'll
Okay.
be for being frightened, but we're not moving away from each other anyway. I guess it doesn't
Okay, let
matter
me
here.
see. Yeah, he doesn't. You can't fight him when he's in a rage.
Okay.
But he does take damage. What's the damage? Because you hit him with the
An extra 5 on top of the 9, so that hit is
Okay.
14.
Okay. 14 total.
Yes.
So that's okay. Yeah, you're wailing
Yeah.
at him, and again, someone weaker would just sort of fold it already, but this guy he's going for broke.
Yeah, he comes in for a big power strike, and I just lay in blow after blow.
Yeah. So now it's his
Fight's
turn.
off to a good start.
The blade is flaming. Well, you can feel some of the heat, but so he takes 2 attacks against you. That's a miss.
I can declare a riposte on that.
And that's also a miss. Yikes.
I can only declare one riposte, so let's go ahead and do it.
Go ahead. Oof. Yeah, that's a hit.
There we go.
I want to start declaring these non-lethal just in case.
Yeah, so total 14, 13. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's 6. Yeah, you're I mean, his wild swings, you're more practiced fighter and he's swinging wildly. It's more like he seems to be win more because he's so impressive and so, aggressive, but you're a more disciplined fighter, so you quickly, you're taking the hits and you're also pretty strong. So, every time he
Mhm.
bashes into your shield, you sort of,
Yeah,
know.
for reference, I have 20 strength. He might suddenly be slightly surprised.
So it's your turn now.
All right. Well, I still got my 2 strikes. Any of them that hit mean that I can use my die, but I don't have to spend the superiority if they missed. Hooray! Now we understand how it all works. 22. That's gonna be a 19 strike there.
Ooh. 8. Yeah.
That will use a superiority die. And I'm gonna hold on to another die, and I'm just going to go for a ordinary hit. Oof. A
Yeah,
1.
no. Yeah, nope. That's a miss.
Yeah, just suddenly kick up some dirt straight right up into my eye. I'm just like, why did I do that?
So his
I
turn
don't
now.
have violence.
So the first strike. Ooh, that's a hit. And the second one, also a hit. So again,
Okay.
he was wild, but now he seems to have taken the measure of you. It's like, and what seems to be a first wild attacks, he actually was kind of, badgering your shield to put you in position. And all of a sudden you expected another hand attack, and he sort of reversed, hit you with the butt of the great blade that he's holding, and then try to go for a sweep for the legs. So the first
Right.
damage,
Unfortunately, shield can't help me here.
15 points because you have resist against fire. Instead of taking 2 points, you take 1 point. And the second attack, again, it's 14 points. So it's 15 and 14,
29.
29 points. I mean, this guy hits hard.
Right, and then minus another 14, so all of my temporary HP is suddenly gone, and I would be at half health without it.
Mhm.
So yeah, he came in swinging, and yeah, that hurt.
It's your turn.
All right.
And people are, hey, God, hey, God. And people are, kicks, kick his ass, kick his ass. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, someone in the stands like, I got 30 gold riding on you. So I'm gonna immediately go ahead and second win because that rolled really well.
Mhm.
So there we go. Oh, that brings me up almost to full too. Oh, that's beautiful right there. So I take the blow and it's like, aha, but I was taking the measure of you. And I will go ahead and perfectly ordinarily attack.
Okay. Oh, that's a hit.
24. It's gonna be 10, and second one
Ooh.
for an 11.
Solid.
Aha, you thought you were the only smart and calculating fighter.
Yeah.
You know, I have 20 intelligence as well as strength.
Actually, he has 20 and you have 21.
Yeah. So he goes and he tries to riposte in his own way.
Mhm.
Not as fine as you are, but he tries anyway. That's a miss.
And that it will be a riposte.
Riposte his riposte. Oh boy.
Oof.
That's what I'm about. I'm a
So
shield
that
fighter.
13, 12, that's 6. And the second attack. Oof. Wow.
Yikes.
Oh dear. He either goes high or
Like-
low. There's no middle ground here.
Yeah.
Actually,
Like a
yeah,
true
no yikes.
barbarian.
Keep low.
Yeah.
Do you think
I'm-
he's bloodied yet?
Yeah, that's a good question. How's
I
he
mean-
looking?
I mean, he's bruised and battered, and he's cut. Like you take aspect. Like there was like a tuft of fur on his shoulder. It's gone. It landed somewhere here, right? Again, anyone else, just by the badgering that you're giving them, would have at least gone to one knee. But this guy is just going at it. And every time you hit him, he actually gets even more gleeful. Like, like he finally made a worthy match to him.
Nice.
So your turn now.
Okay. Well, now that I know that I feel pretty secure, he's down, I am up, I still have all these shield spells, I'm feeling good. Now's the time for spectacle. I'm just gonna fire breath, even if it's not all that effective. Holy shit, I roll maximum damage for the first time
Well, he
in the
may.
entire
But
campaign.
he's gonna save.
He
Yeah.
does get the saves. It could still have, but that's still gonna be more damage than it's ever done before.
He fails. Let's
It-
go.
And he's probably not resistant either, even if he's raging. Unless he takes one of the special rage. I know there's one that lets you against everything except psychic. I don't know if he has that or not.
Yeah.
It seems that again you burn a lot of the leather and hide, and it's like he steps back and he smoke is rising. It's like, so the dragon breathes fire. Good. And he goes into the attack again.
Yeah.
Again, nothing seems to face this guy. He's all in.
There you
Give
go.
him a
Smoke
cool
trails
smoke
on the
effect.
battlefield.
Ooh, yeah. That's
Here
the
we
first
go.
effect.
And now my ring glows and pops a shield effect, putting my AC to 23 for the rest of the round.
Yeah. So yeah, you a magical shield appears, and he just, but he hits him so hard, he actually the shield almost that shatters. In fact, it actually does shatter because the moment you attack, it's gone. So
Yeah, the second one will shatter dramatically, and then the real shield comes back up.
yeah.
This guy's not doing the Relentless, right?
Huh?
This guy's not doing Relentless, right?
No.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. He hasn't been doing that. I thought he would have, but instead he's being cautious, which probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm now at the point I have no further resources except more of the shield rings, so we're just down to seeing how long it takes me to smack him down. Is a 17 good enough?
Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah.
All right, so we got a 7 and a 12.
No, that's the bad. Yeah, he is bad right now. And now that you mention it, now he's like, he actually takes a step back, like, and instead of uses the sword to, like, wow, you have done great today, dragon. But I will not go down without a fight. And he actually goes reckless on you. So now you have advantage on his attack, but he also has
There we
advantage on you.
But he also has it, so now the danger's up.
So, well, that's a miss.
Oh.
That's a hit.
And that's another shield spell.
Yeah, again. And another shield spells, and he crashes and destroys it, but it doesn't reach it. Your
Alright.
turn. Now you have
Yep.
advantage against him.
I'm hoping you wouldn't go down easily. That's going to be 23 and 24 for 10 and 9.
It man. I puts it down. Yeah, he is. You're like, hey, God, hey, yeah.
He's got to
Oh.
be getting close.
He starts swinging for the fences. That's a miss,
Ah, it's everything or nothing with them.
but that's a
Shields
hit.
can't help with that one, so that's a
Yeah.
hit.
That's your last shield right there.
No.
I can't.
Shield won't block
Shield
that.
wouldn't help me with it.
Okay, so yeah, he hits. He hits for 17 points of damage.
Yep.
He literally just badges right to the defense line, and you almost go to a knee as he's just badging on your shield, like, ha 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 ha, a worthy opponent, finally. Give me your best shot.
Oh, and
You
Kick is
overgrown
trying his
it.
best.
You overgrown lizard.
All right, here comes Kickscan 28. Oh, I'm just looking for the critical here. 8 and 7.
He's almost down. I mean, but somehow he just keeps going. This guy's a beast. You can tell why he's, why
Yeah,
part of the
he's
champion.
been the champion here.
Yeah. Anyone else, Oh, that's a 21, yeah.
Last shield spell up, that's a miss.
Oh, and that's a critical.
And then he ends with the crit. Oh no, this could be. This could be
Jesus
all over.
Christ!
Yeah,
That
that
might actually not take down Kicks.
no,
It's
but
32.
it really,
You have 3 health.
Well, you take half damage.
Yeah,
so
take
you
that's-
take
that's
from the
six of
fire.
Gassed
yeah.
on the 6.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know. So 32 points of
26.
damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, 32.
You're at 3.
It's
I-
this is it is
Wow.
coming down to the last blow. Either you take him down or he take him down.
Time to end it here and now. I have a destiny. Oh, 28.
Non-lethal.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are
Fair
going to
enough.
be. I'm not going to try to murder him with this,
Yeah,
but
no.
I'm trying to take him down.
Yeah, he goes down.
I mean, in fairness, I don't think you could have actually killed him in one hit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I definitely can.
He's a barbarian. Hit points are his bread and butter.
But I like to
Yeah.
imagine this almost comes down to a point where he's about to take down one more blow. It almost seems like it hits. There's a big splash of dirt. He takes his knee and kicks, like incredibly bloodied, is now just like leaning down on his sword and just holds up his shield arm.
Yeah. And he goes
About
like,
all he can muster.
You
And you
had
see that-
no right to win that fight.
I don't.
3 shield spells.
Yes.
Two. He still has one left.
No, 3.
No, he
No,
used the third
yeah.
one.
Use the last
Yeah.
one.
Oh, did
yeah,
you?
so-
Yeah,
The
the
last
thing-
one saved me
on the
from one additional attack,
crit.
which would have actually ended.
Oh, I
Yeah.
missed that.
yeah. If enough for the critical, he would have been fine. Yeah, but he took the 2021 took out the shield. So yeah, the shield couldn't stop the 28. That's what happened.
Mhm.
Because he switched to reckless attack, and he buries the great sword in the sand, and it's still burning, right? Because it's this thing that he's like, and he bows down. Do you take the yield, sir?
I do. And I will go ahead and reach my arm down and I will help him right back up.
And he raises it. He's tired. I mean, he's bloody. He's burnt. The champion of the third combat in the first round is Kicks the Heel. And the entire stadium just explodes. And he actually does the thing where in the Olympics, he actually raises your hand like Kicks. Like, and everybody's just like, remember, it doesn't eliminate his team because it's double elimination. But you just beat the best melee fighter in the last 3 years, right? You came
Right,
this
by
close.
literally
yeah.
doing double the damage he did before he did half of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an incredible fight. Kicks feels great, and he's just soaking up the attention here.
Kicks feels great, and you're dead.
Oh yeah, he's also struggling to stand.
Sure, we've lost 99.9% of our forces. Undeniable victory.
Pyrrhic victory at
Victory is
best.
still a victory.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
guard don't care about losses.
Somewhere in a library far from here, Gar is looking through one eye through his owl. Just says, shit.
You all don't want to see me play Total War as long as
By the way, among the 4 of us, that's 510 gold. Plus whatever the round 1 is.
I added the 124 gold and 5 silver to my sheet.
Yeah. It's 100 gold. The actual price is, well, for the average person, 100 gold is a lot of money, but for you guys, it's a pittance.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just talking about the side bet. I haven't even thought about the 100.
Ooh, yeah. There we
I
go.
mean, really, what saved him was the fact that he was taking half damage from all your damage. Otherwise, he would have gone down much quicker. Because his armor class was shit.
What, like 14 maybe?
Around that, yeah.
Yeah, it's the way the Barbarian does it. You go, oh, well, if I'm not maxing out my AC, everything's going to hit me anyway. I'll just reckless attack and I'll kill them first. And you make it a race. And that's how you do a Barbarian.
The problem
Oh,
is
what was it, a race?
if he started with a race, because of you can do repos and all that, you would have actually taken that much quicker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he also played it smart. That was actually a well-earned victory.
It
That
was.
I cheated with.
I mean, you didn't cheat. You're allowed to bring stuff to the arena. Like, I mean, he had a flaming sword, so it's
Yeah,
not
I
like he
know.
was, and and people and you go down and there's some people that actually help you. I don't know if anybody well actually there's the healers for you. So you're given massages, you're giving hot water, put in a hot water tub, and
I
you're
got 24 hours of sauna time ahead of me.
I like that
Yeah.
you saying that the flaming sword was a huge bonus, the +1 to hit, and the damage that you're resistant to.
That's much
The
better.
The
Thank
damage
you, Bruce.
resist did save you as well.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, the +1 actually had plus because they guaranteed they get some hits, and in fact, even he rolled pretty poorly. Either rolled 20s or
Oh yeah,
10s,
no, he had a +7 to hit you effectively.
Hey, Kicks.
+8 rather, +8.
Ugh.
Hey. I mean, 20's still pretty big.
But
Yeah.
that was Ager. That was the first fight. Evening comes. I mean, with administrations, they do have healers, so you don't have to worry about that. By the evening, you'll be full to HP. You might probably still be not fatigued because you only had one fight, and you're used to be on the field. But certainly, you're still gonna have some aches and sores, but you're fine. You'll be fine by next morning.
Yeah,
No problem.
I'm used to that fighting fatigue.
Yeah, so it's not. So evening comes. Winners or losers are tallied. There's a common room, and in the common room you find Akim and his team, and in fact you see a heavily bandaged Ager invite you over. It's like, yes, the mighty dragon, come sit beside us.
Absolutely, and I'm just as excited as he was. Ager, you were fantastic. I
Well,
expect nothing less from the champion.
we people of the north are tough and hard. Batoon gives us the strength of the bear to fight against any comers. If you had been a true beast of the wilds, you would have fallen to my blade, but you are a noble-hearted fight champion of the arena. You earned your right to be here. Isn't that right? And the people in that team are, I mean, normally people would like be cagey, but they're fine, right? I mean, probably because they already won a couple of times, so they have plenty of money. You see the short stack, the group that is the halflings and gnomes, there to one corner. They're not really talking to anybody. And the elven team and other teams, you don't see them here at the common room. You always have a chance to either eat in the common room or eat in your own room if you want to. So they're probably eating and
Right.
keeping.
So they always disappear. But I guess
Yeah.
like during the conversation where we're just kind of like being fighter buddies here for a bit, I'll kind of ask, so how did the other teams do? They had a fight with each other, didn't they?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, I heard that the little, and he points to with his finger to the thumb as like the little runt. They said the little runt punched the hell out of the elven woman. I expect that with the two blades. No, I didn't
Just
expect
with
that.
his bare fist.
Yes.
Who does that?
Well, he does.
They're crazy.
Well, it worked. Ran
That's
circles around
true.
her. I know it's kind of embarrassing if you ask me, but you didn't. So let's keep it between us.
Let's not bring up a sore point with them at the very least.
Oh, I wonder why they're not here. Hell, hey Ekim, we might be eliminated before we finish. Like, and Ekim's just like he gives a smile. It's like, well, it happens. It happens. It is what it is. But if you lose to people like you, that is something.
Maybe another year we'll have a rematch even.
Looking forward to it. But the games are not over yet.
That's true. Maybe we'll have one later in the week.
That's true. That's how the evening pass. I mean, if you want to ask any questions of them and stuff like that, you might, It seemed essentially very much like you. It seemed like a group of adventurers. Like they have a wizard and they have a cleric. The cleric is a cleric of Palor.
Mhm.
He actually has a sun disc, a holy symbol. They have a lady wizard and apparently a lady ranger or someone who uses bow for range attacks. Although he doesn't have the bow with her here, you're not allowed to have weapons here because don't want to start brawls on the lake.
Right.
And
So
so
they Yeah, I'll probably politely ask them like their business. Like, they come from the north. Like, do they like have a hold? Do they like protect a town? What's their job kind of as adventurers here?
Basically, they came to city about 3 years ago. They were down. I mean, they say that the games were kind of a saving grace for them because they were down on their luck, right? They
Mhm.
originally went to an expedition to the north. Supposedly, they were chasing against some mystical item, some kind of 7 swords of Vaden or something, which is supposed to be sacred to one of the gods of the Sewell barbarians.
Mhm.
But they got lost in a blizzard, almost died. But Ager helped them out, right? And they in turn had Ager. And Ager was like, Ager had a bit of a falling out with his kin. Nothing serious. More like, like, I'm tired of being here, Dad, and we're going to see the world kind of situation, right? And they took him on board and they moved south, but they were basically penniless. They got into the arena. He said, basically, we got lucky the first time around. But we made a good team, made some money, and then we get together. We sort of go our separate ways, and we get together every year as a reunion, right? And fight at the arena, right? Ekim himself basically says that he's a knight. Although he's not in this capacity, he's a knight of the Luna, right? A
Mhm.
knight of what's called a knight of the heart. So he helps defend that land, right? He's a minor noble there, or son of a noble, really. Points at the cleric of Paler, says that he is from the local church, right? And he never passes an opportunity to represent the church here, etc. So, in fact, the Church of Paler is the one that is putting the money and for them to sponsor them, right? Also, it's important because remember, these are the midsummer games, and in particular, Paler is the deity of the sun. So these are games that are around that deity and celebration and the like. So yeah, it
It's
fits.
that time of the year.
That's
Yeah.
why they got a Jujoning to block the sun.
All right, so they got like some fun camaraderie here and everything. That's good. I like that. And maybe I'll casually ask during it, like, so you've been to multiple games. Has much changed over the years for you? Has it got any harder?
Oh, this is the first time Ager has lost a fight. That's something. And Ager just laughs. Like he is. I mean, you would think he would be angry or anything like that. He doesn't. He's like, yeah, it's all about fighting. It's all about finding the biggest, baddest guy that you can fight and either beat him or he beats you, right? He doesn't care. I mean, it wasn't to the death, but not that he thought of. So to him, it's like
Right. We had an honorable fight and we respect each other. I think this is good. All right, so Dix enjoys his time while he's also recovering from wounds before he eventually retires to the sauna for like 8 hours.
Yeah, and so they bring healers and they have salves and stuff like that. So between the rest and stuff like that. So once sort of dinner time is over, the guards come in. It's like, we're going to have to take you to your room. So like, oh, and they departed in good in good cheer. Are you, before we finish, because we're a couple of minutes away from finishing, I believe. Are you planning to do anything during the evening?
We're gonna pray again to Cord.
Okay.
Could I get one more roll from the library?
Yeah, you can do that.
The only thing that
There
he
you
would
go.
have done is brought with him the stuff to carve like a really ornate staff that he's going to carve over the time of the weekend. Of the week.
Damn you, history.
Yeah, no. You're the problem here is there's a lot of sources, but
Well,
parsing the ones that are reliable.
as I said
and
before, I'm
consistent.
trying to narrow the search down.
Exactly.
To-
Finding ones.
To not the things that I've been finding before. I'm trying to narrow it down to I don't know how to say this. 4 and 5, I think, would make sense to you and to nobody else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, because of the sheer amount of information. Again, it's a situation. The situation here is not that there's not a lot of information; it's that there's a lot of information that's all over the place. It's like doing a bad wiki walk, basically. You just get lost into it. You go from U.S. Marine Corps to air missiles to tap dancing to shrunken heads in Sri Lanka to I don't know Japanese
what
press.
wiki dive you've been on. One, I was lost when you said Marine Corps to Predator missiles, but then you went dancing to shrunken heads. I don't know.
I had some wild wiki walks. Let me tell you, it's just exaggerating for effect. So yeah, nothing of substance this time around.
I am fucked if all I can get is responses to crits.
So that's about it for tonight. So let's do the shout outs and tap outs, as it were. We finally got to fighting. It almost felt like a Dragon Ball Z scenario here. We're gonna spend 5 weeks talking about the fight and not actually doing any fighting.
No. During the fight, we needed to pan back to everyone else talking about. It's like, oh my gosh, they're going at each other. How could fighters be?
Yeah. So let's start from reverse. Brave.
I'm playing Braith the Butcher. He is honest to a fault and resolute. He strives for truth and to provide hope in this cruel world. Faith guides his conscience even when in doubt. And he is known as the Butcher to many, a name that he wears with distinction.
Hugh.
All right, I'm Justin. I'm playing Hugh, the lovely kobold druid / ranger who happens to be up next in the events of the arena. He is going to become the greatest kobold of all time. And this is his first step.
Next up is Barakat.
I'm playing Barakat, the bard. I think flattery is the best way to direct attention away from me. I like seeing the smiles on people's faces when I perform. My instrument is my most treasured possession. I'm struggling with my secret identity, and I need to write a song now.
Okay. Next up we have Kix.
Hey everybody, I'm Baron Kicks the Shield. I'm cool and calculating. Heroes stand up against little challenges. Those under my command responsibility come first. And I have an immense ego and delusions of grandeur.
Oh, they don't seem to be delusional right now.
I keep proving myself right.
And
I need to elevate.
And last but certainly not least, Gar.
Guard, necromantic wizard. I'm a turtle. There's nothing like more than a good mystery. My ideal is self-improvement. I sold my soul for knowledge. Blah 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 blah. And unlocking an ancient mystery is worth the price of a civilization.
And I was your GM, Lessons Learned. You can find me at Lessons Learned 1, the Twitch channel, or Lessons Learned YouTube. I am doing a playthrough of Mass Effect, so if you want to see the most paragony or paragons being the goodies two shoes ever, because I can't be a bastard no matter how much I try, unless you piss my character off, then I will shoot you in the face. So if you're a slaver, you're dead. Otherwise, you're cool with me. Playing Monday to Friday on my channel or Catch the Thoughts. I'm also doing another Script Doctors this week on the rest of the Phantom Menace. I try to rewrite the stories of the two following movies, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, see if I can fix them because my ego demands that I do. And on Sundays, I do podcasts 2:00 Eastern with my partner Chapelmont, and of course, I'm here on Sundays with this lovely group of people who are extremely entertaining. So thank you for coming, and as always, we all see you when we see you. Bye bye, everybody.
Catch you next
Bye-bye.
time.